everyone. Welcome to day 15 of our Inktober 2024 Beginner Tangles Challenge. I'm Yehudit Steinberg. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to be exploring Huggins. This tangle starts with a seed shape and incorporates the takeoff and land technique. It's a wonderful tangle for adding fragments and offers high drama with focus and precision. It takes a little practice, but once you get used to these types of seed tangles, like we did in the beginning of Inktober with Cadent, Huggins is another tangle that is based on this, starting with a seed and building with a grid. So let's get started with our materials. Today, I'm going to use a micron 01 for my fine lines. I'm going to use a micron PN plastic nib for my main lines here, and I have a Statler Mars Lumograph 2B graphite for shading, and I have a small Tortillon and for blending. I'm working on this series. I'm using a Renaissance Bijou 2-inch square tile from Zentangle.com. And that's where I will begin today. Now, if you don't have any of the Bijou tiles, don't worry. And if you want a more economical way to create your 2-inch practice tiles, there's Strathmore artist tiles. This is a 6x6 and it's a Bristol vellum. It's a great surface for drawing, especially for beginners. And what she did was take one of the sheets and divide it into it looks like there's like 9 or 10 of these tiles from one sheet. So it's a very economical way to do this series. So we begin Huggins. I'm going to put my grid in pencil first. I like to do that when I lay it out on the paper. This is where we're headed with Huggins today. I'm going to do the very basic Huggins. I want you to, this is your first time doing Huggins. I really invite you to practice it a few times until you have that muscle memory to create it. So we're going to start with a dot. We're actually going to start with our dots in the corner. We'll do something a little bit different than we normally do. And then we'll go ahead and create 2 more dots. And we'll bring it down the side so we'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and match them across. Although if they're not exactly even, it doesn't matter because we also have a crazy Huggins, so it works as long as you connect them properly. So there we have the grid. Let's go ahead and ink that in. right, so now we have our grid, and we're going to do the next step. And that next step is we're going to do a takeoff and land. So we have our little seed, and we're going to take off and land. And we're going to work one row at a time. So let me show you. And it alternates. So we're going to take off and land. Then the next step is we're going to do the opposite direction. Take off and land. And we work back this way. Now on this side, we're going, if we have it going in like this backwards, see, we're going to take off and land. And then this is on the outside, we'll move it to the outside. This is why we call this a focus tangle, because you want to concentrate. Now we're going to come onto this one. This was out, so it moves here. This went towards the center, so we bring it together, and this one comes out. This was in the center. We bring it into the center. This is on the outside. Take off and land. Take off and land. Now we're going to turn this 90 degrees. And we'll start with, we're going to take off and land. And then we alternate and come back around. Next row, we're going, so this is where it gets, it can get a little tricky, but this was on the outside, so outside. This was on the inside, inside, and outside. Next row, this is on the inside. We're not, one of the things that you can remember is that if you were here and you weren't sure whether it was inside or outside, we're not crossing over any of these lines. So it moves to the inside, and of course, this one was on the inside. Now we alternate. This is the outside, and this is the inside. Our last row, this was the outside, inside, outside. Okay, so we have drawn Huggins. Now, the next step is to shade. And we're going to shade where this is moving over, this is under, this is under, under. Here's another, these, we would have a little shadow there and a little shadow there. Turn 90 degrees, and we have under. So in these spaces here in a lot of Huggins, and you can see on the front part of this video, I did one, and you can put different designs into it. We're just showing the very basic Huggins in this video so you understand how to build it. We could put a little bit of shading here to round it a little because it is moving under. And we pick up the tortillon. I like to clean my tortillon, and so I have an artist's sandpaper, and I just this particular Jack Richardson brand tortillon is very strong. It's almost as strong as a stump. So I recommend that brand, and the link is in the description to my favorite resources where you can find them on Amazon. So let's give a little bit of shading here. Bring it out just a little. Shading is a step that can take quite a while. It's done in layers. On this one, we're doing very simple shading to give you the feeling that there's some depth in this tangle. It is a weave. I love Huggins. There's so many different opportunities that you have with it. So I forgot this one here, but you see I had enough on my tortillon that I could just put it down without adding any more. There's plenty here. We want to try to blend this so that there's not a line, and sometimes that takes a little bit of extra time. So you can work that out on your own because I want to keep this video as short as possible. So there's Huggins. And now it's time. I like to turn it and see which one I want up, facing up. I'm going to sign over here in the little corner there. You sign your initials. Turn it over on the back. Right side up. And journal. This is Inktober 2024. I put it I put the date. I'd also put the channel, YouTube channel, so I could find this video again. Today is day 15. This is Huggins, and it was deconstructed by Zentangle. Sign your name and the date. This is the 15th of October, 2024. There you have it. This is how you draw the pattern Huggins. Finally, once you've done this, share your completed tangle in our Facebook group. Look for today's tangle post and add a picture of your drawing along with any comments or questions. I'd love to see how your Huggins turned out. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder, it's not too late to join our Sunday Mandala Challenge. You'll receive all the benefits, the Sunday Zoom sessions, and support to create your unique mandala. The registration link is below. in the comments on Facebook or description below on YouTube. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you found this time relaxing and inspiring. I'll see you tomorrow for another mindful drawing session. Until then, remember, one stroke at a time. Bye for now.